Nate Dogg's greatest hooks. I swear he needs to have a whole album just like Keep on Hustling. This is where I wanna be. I've got hoes. Nate Dogg Warren G had to regulate.
Why are you singing that with like a white like club singer's voice? What's going on there?
Well, he did it in such a formal way. I've got hoes. I've got hoes in different area codes. Area code.
Yeah, G-Funk has never sounded like Frank Sinatra. I don't know what you're trying.
Sorry.
I've got hoes. I've got hoes. Hey, all right.
Sorry. I did put a little...
In different area codes. Jack! No,
yeah, I put a little Sammy Davis Jr. on that, apparently.
Yeah, that is just strange.
But as a producer pointed out, it is kind of funny that he points out all the hoes he has in area codes, and he has multiple hoes in the same area code, not worrying that the hoes in the same area code would go, hey, who else is here? Like,
Nope, because if you're a pimp, that's not something you can worry about. You don't have to worry about the hoes, you know what I mean?
It seems so simple back then, but if you really think about it, it's like, who does that?
Nate Dogg did that, apparently. And apparently, in your mind, he sang with an old vaudevillian type.
It's not fun.
Vegas lounge singer.
It's a little classic jazz. I know. I've got hoes in different area codes and area codes. Everybody, hoes. Oh.
Follow the bouncing ball.
Oh, jeez. All right, can we get this thing started?
Yes, we are up and running. Start the music up again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us for these few moments while we were still being very candid in the beginning stages of our show, our behind the scenes. This is the Showtime and Kev podcast. I'm Cory Showtime.
And I'm Kevin Munroe.
And we cannot get started until Kevin does his Trinidad and Tobago Island intro. Please.
In the name of the one called Emperor Selassie, I come to the tribe of Judah, King of Kings, and Santa Cruz Reggae Music Festival with the Rascal. Go on up in this piece, Lord have mercy. Brakashak, boom, 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 no fire, no fire.
Thank you all for tuning in to the watch party on Instagram, on Facebook. I'll get this on Twitch eventually when I figure out how to do this shit. You 8-year-olds with your video games know what you're doing. I do not. But I'm still figuring it out. Thank you all for tuning in to watching what we do. We've got another fantastic comedy podcast for you. Kevin, how's your weekend been going so far?
Oh, man.
How was your Halloween, by the way?
Halloween, I went down to West Hollywood, and I scared a couple kids because I dressed like a Sasquatch. and at 6'6", it's hilarious being a Sasquatch because at first the kids are like, okay, it's a costume. But as I get closer, they grab their mom's legs like, oh, no!
It's funny because I went down to West Hollywood, too. Me and Milan went down to the...
What do you dress as?
I dressed as a created video game character. So I had like this purple kung fu shirt, you know, it was with the stuff down the middle.
Right.
I dyed my hair purple, and I had one of those spring headdresses, but it said Player One.
Oh, okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, basically I was like a guy you can unlock in Tekken.
Oh, okay. You're like that. Okay, advanced player. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool.
And it was cool being down there. Like, it's a dope parade. If you live in LA and you haven't been to the Hollywood parade for Halloween, if you haven't been to West Hollywood for a parade in general, you're missing out because the pageantry, the amount of shit they do, it is insane. But though there is a drawback if you are a straight man and you go to the West Hollywood, West Hollywood parade,
I know
because
exactly where you're going with this.
All the slutty costumes were on men.
Right.
So like normally you see a slutty nurse, a slutty EMT, a slutty doctor, a slutty this, that, and the other, because women make every costume slutty for Halloween, and I'm not complaining. Please continue what you're doing. But they were all on the dudes. It was creepy. I saw slutty Thor. I was not prepared for that.
Right. And of course, you know, these people are very good at dressing the way they dress. So some people are like, damn, look at that ass. Oh,
coordinated.
Oh, good. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. You start questioning yourself after a while. Milan had a great time. I just kept getting drunk until I didn't care anymore.
Right. No, but it just goes to show you. I mean, you know, we're kind of like rigged to be any kind of way. It just so happens that we have this long history of saying, well, that's wrong. But I mean, but you walk around Halloween, they're like, oh, those are some legs on that dude. God damn, that's nice. Those are some nice legs, dog.
Thor did have some nice legs.
See what I'm saying?
No split ends, arms of steel. Yeah, I mean, he deserved the costume. I can't complain. I didn't want to fight it. I didn't want to even take a picture because on my flab would have just made everything sad.
Could have blown him up on Instagram.
I still love Halloween though. It's one of those holidays that as an adult it's still good. Like Christmas is like now it's officially Christmas season. Like everybody's just gonna skip over Thanksgiving and go straight to Christmas.
Right.
But
yeah, Halloween is like a holiday for single adults.
Yeah.
You know, like Thanksgiving and Christmas are kind of depressing because you got to deal with your family or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh God.
But Halloween, last Halloween I ended up I don't know. Okay. Let's just say a Sasquatch met a bear and
were you still in West Hollywood? Because
no, this was in Los Feliz.
Oh, okay.
That
you're gonna need a lint roller for various reasons.
Not that kind of bear.
We're very tolerant people. I've got no problem with you, Kevin. If that's the case, I'm just very curious what you mean by that.
Sometimes when a Sasquatch meets a bear, there's some interspecies. Anyway, this is not what we came here to talk about.
Not at all. Not even close.
Okay, I want to start off by just talking about the UFC fight. Did you see that?
I got to see the highlights when I got home. I was trying to watch it as it happened, but like I was kind of coming back from another Halloween related type of deal. So I didn't get to see the BMF title, the bad motherfucker title between Nate Diaz of Stockton Zone 209 and Jorge bad motherfucker Masvidal. And I call him bad motherfucker because he won the fight handily.
Right.
Handily.
Yeah, the dude that was flexing the hardest got beat down the most.
Yeah.
It's very strange. But let me ask you this: like, did you go to somebody's house to watch this?
No, I didn't. Like, I've been to plenty of people's houses for a fight, but I didn't go to this one. I wanted to see this fight, but I didn't get to see it live. Like I said, I was kind of watching it on my phone in traffic.
Oh, so you paid for it?
No. Well, I have ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay, so you get it. Okay. I was looking at they're like charging $60 for the fight.
Yeah.
It's like who paid for $60 for 5 minutes of action, man?
Remember Mike Tyson used to pay like $99 for 90 seconds if you were lucky if a Tyson fight lasted 90 seconds back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I'm like the only people that cost structure is like Asian massage parlors, like $60 for 5 minutes. Like, come on, man.
I never had an Asian massage, so I don't know. I don't know at what point my feet becomes my dick. I don't know when they start massaging one area and then moves to the happy ending. Like, I don't know if it's I don't know how to say that in Thai or Cantonese or Japanese. I don't know which Asian massage parlor I'm going into, so I'm not sure. I never understood the rules, man. We all kind of get like stereotypically what goes down there. I've never been. I don't know.
I don't mess with that shit either.
I don't own the Patriots. I have no idea what goes on in Asian massage parlor.
Notice how we just let that shit go? How Robert Kraft was...
That's how money works, Kevin.
It just went away. Like, there's no follow-up. There's no... Because when you get arrested, you have to go to court. Mm-hmm. And that shit happens like 2 months later. There's
not when you got money.
Like,
when you got money, you send your lawyer in for you.
How the hell... That dude was in like a, tug to go kind of place.
He was in a sting. It wasn't the only person.
And it was like so low rent. The shit was in like a strip mall, like next to a nail shop and a 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. And they just let that shit slide. Like nobody talks about that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, are you
Your
serious?
brother said, I came in at the wrong part. That's what she said. Okay.
Hi-yo. Yes, Johnny. Yes.
But yeah, like that's how money works. When you got money and you own the Patriots or you're friends with the president and you get in trouble, shit goes away. Hell, look at the president. He's got shit that's still like that's going on that's gone away.
Yeah, cases just disappear.
Like they're ongoing but gone at the same time.
Yeah, like nobody talks about that shit.
Yeah.
And this guy, Ronan Farrow, was talking about that, how like some of these newspapers, they would pay for the stories and then bury them. Like, and that's what National Enquirer was doing for years about Trump. Like, they would they'd pay for the story. And
that's another ongoing story that's going on that's gone.
Yeah, it's disappeared. Oh, by the way, I was just going to say this about UFC, and this is something I did not know. UFC is actually safer than boxing.
Yes.
I mean, UFC
by a long shot, actually.
I didn't know that. Like, because the thing is, UFC looks bloodier. Like people,
it's more brutal, but it's less like
less blows.
Yeah, and boxing, it's a concussion is the goal. Right. Like, you knock somebody upside the head, you keep getting hit in the head, then you fall down for 10 seconds, and if you're still good in 10 seconds, you get knocked in the head again. Yep. UFC, once you're down, it's over. They stop the fight.
Yeah, and the rounds are shorter, and, the things are more brutal. Like, I looked it up. Like
the fight's shorter, the rounds aren't. So, in a boxing match, the rounds are 3 minutes, in the UFC, it's 5.
Yeah, right.
But it's three rounds compared to 12.
But I looked this up, like the number of fatalities from boxing versus MMA, it's not even close, dude.
Yeah.
it's like 300 plus in the last like 10 years from boxing. MMA like 4. And one of the guys like was from a drug overdose or something.
Dude, two boxers died recently in the last couple months. There are like at least 2 that I can remember seeing go across my timeline.
That's crazy to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, boxing makes it look clean. It's not all that blood and all that shit. But you taking all those blows, you know, like
honestly,
it's crazy.
That's kind of the point we just made with the rub and tug thing. It's the money; it goes away. So, like, you ever notice when you watch a fighter that's punch drunk and we just kind of accept it? Like Joe Frazier's like, oh, I really would like to have another round with Ali, and like Joe, we're talking about the fight right here between Roy Jones Jr. Oh, but that's really not what I came. Like they're slow. You know what I mean? Because they've taken so many hits, like so many. They have CTE too,
right?
You know, and they just wasn't studying for it the same way the NFL was like. Once the study got big, they tried to bury that too.
Right. I mean,
so the money is just like there's billions of dollars in boxing. They're not even trying to have that cut into that.
I mean, the problem with boxing is that you have these gloves, so your hands don't get hurt as much, and you can hit people for longer periods of time.
Yeah, I've been
I did not know that. Like
that's what they tell you in kickboxing. Like the gloves aren't for your head; they're for your hands. They're to protect your hands. They're not to protect you.
Right.
You know, or to protect the person you're knocking out.
So anyway, I mean, now I'm switching over to MMA. I'm gonna start watching it now because I used to be, you know, growing up, I used to watch a lot of boxing and my dad and all that. We used to watch like Tommy Hitman Hearns and stuff like that. Now I'm like, oh, that shit looks terrible.
I still love both sports. You know what I mean? Especially like once you learn how, like, I didn't understand it when I was a kid. Like I was just like, I wanted to watch like Tyson fights where everybody get knocked out and this big action. But like once you learn just the actual sweet silence and not getting hit, that is a beautiful thing. Okay. Especially after the years and years when you can like retire from boxing, still looking good, still not crazy, you know, because you were able to avoid so much damage. That's kind of art in itself. But like you said, it is a vicious sport. And MMA, it's like, it's safer. I feel like it's more action because like specifically with the UFC, there's not as many like governing bodies, there's not as many promoters.
So it can be as wild as possible. Like, you know, it's almost like, it's like a scorpion versus mongoose kind of fight. It's like all kinds of like weird combos like that can happen.
Yeah, like the fight last night was like, it was a good ass fight between 2 guys that love to fight. And the UFC always makes sure that the best fighters fight. Boxing, like if Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz in boxing would have taken like 5 years.
Right.
Whereas UFC, it's like, let's make this happen as soon as possible.
Yeah, with boxing, like, there's a lot of politics involved, and it's like, there's a lot of tomato cans that get put in there just to pump up somebody's record before they get to the right spot. Man,
got to be like 40-0 going into the fight.
But by the way, this is a slight segue, but it's related. There's this video out right now showing, like, football highlights from 1977.
Oh, boy.
And literally, like, every piece of the highlights would be, like, a penalty or a felony right now in the NFL right now. Like, motherfuckers were getting clotheslined.
Yeah. Like, if you pulled any of those 1977 moves against Tom Brady in a game today, they would take you out back and shoot you.
Yeah, it's a felony. Dudes were getting horse collar. Dudes were getting, like, face masks.
Yeah.
Like, a dude fell on the floor and a motherfucker ran over him, like, cleats in his back.
Dude, who recently passed for the Raiders? It was like a Raiders player that like played back then. It was like I think it was not Jack Tatum or somebody like.
Kenny the Snake Stabler. He was a quarterback.
Yeah, I know, but he passed away a long time ago. I'm saying like somebody
recently.
Yeah, somebody recently passed away that used to be a Raiders player, and that dude's like signature move was a clothesline, like he was in the WWE. The dude just used to tackle you around the neck.
I mean, them dudes like it straight up like the shit looked like a street fight. Like, is there even a ball here? I'm like, what did the refs call in 1977? It's like gouging 2 eyes at once.
They called the ambulance, Kevin. That's what they called. Okay. That was a man sport back then. God damn it! That's why none of them are alive today.
You gotta wheel them out.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, and we'd like to bring out the 1977 Miami Dolphins, and they're all in wheelchairs, and well, they should be because it was 1977. But still.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Someone's waving. They got a wire. Thank you.
It's for real, dude. Okay, let me move on to this thing, man. This shit has been popping off on Twitter, on Black Twitter. The Harriet Tubman movie. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it?
Not yet. In fact, I just saw the Dolemite movie last night, so I'm slow. I'm catching up.
Oh, you saw the Dolemite movie?
I did.
Okay, let's talk about Dolemite movie first.
Okay, and then we'll get into Harriet. Yeah.
Okay, so the Dolemite movie, I watched it. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I thought it was phenomenal. Like it was. They did a great job doing a great job of a bad movie. The story behind the movie was so much better than Dolemite itself.
Oh yeah. By the way, for any of you watching, I am Dolemite. The real original Dolemite is on YouTube right now. Somebody put it up there, so watch it before YouTube finds out.
The entire 90 minutes from 1975 is there, and it is terrible.
Yeah, watch it before YouTube figures out there's titties.
Yes, it is completely uncensored. And it is as bad as it was in 1975. But the quality of the movie is not the point at all.
The storyline is about somebody who's so determined to like do his thing.
Yes.
That he makes a movie. And by the way, 1970s titties make me feel dirty. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it does. It doesn't.
How so, Kevin?
It's supposed to be sexy, but it feels like I'm walking into my auntie's like bathroom when she's taking a shower. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, auntie.
Oh God. That's back when women could like not wear panties because there was so much pubic hair. Who gives a shit? You can't see anything.
It's so bad. Like I immediately like looked away from the screen when it came up. Like, I'm sorry, auntie. I didn't know you were in here.
Those are some natural titties right there. Got it. 1976 titties, boy.
Oh my God.
That's when the titty is saggy, but the nipples are perky. Perkle. Titties are saggy, but the nipples are perky, just straight up.
You can't see it, but I'm blushing right now.
Yeah, you can't because Kevin is Africanoid, just like me.
Anyway, the point is, and Wesley Snipes is really funny in the movie too.
Wesley absolutely steals the show in this movie because Wesley's not a comedic actor, but he's such a good actor that comedy is like, it's like the acting class we take. You know how like the straight, like good actors can make comedy work. Because you gotta have the timing for it, and Wesley just is in this role. He reminded me a lot of Morris Day.
Okay.
From Morris Day in Time and
Purple Rain.
Yeah, but in the movie Purple Rain, he reminded me of Morris Day in that movie where he's just over the top, just so fabulous. You know, not gay, but just really just extravagant. You know,
right. He's a peacock.
Delicate is what the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, he's a legitimate star, and he's just stooping down to make this movie. Like that's how we kind of.
That's the character he's playing. But at the same time, that's kind of what he's doing in real life.
Oh, shots fired.
No. Not even like that. That's why it works. No, this is like, you're not stooping down to do any movie with Eddie Murphy. That's another beautiful thing about Eddie Murphy. He is able to get Black Hollywood together in such a way that it's just like, honestly, I don't think we respect that enough.
Okay.
Because in this game, now that we're trying to make it in this city, you see how big a deal that is.
Right, how hard it is.
And all these cats got a resume, and they still like, Eddie's like, hey, come fuck with me on this.
Yeah. And they came together and they like put on like a real performance. It wasn't like a paycheck movie.
No, it was a good fucking film. Like, you're going to be entertained.
Yeah, I mean Eddie Murphy, you know, he's brave for putting on all that weight to play the role.
Time out. Hold on. As a fat person, I take offense to that. Brave to put on. Give me a fucking break.
It's not brave for you.
How difficult was that? Stop. Like, eat whatever you want. Don't work out. Dude, that must have been hard. That must have been so difficult for Eddie.
Well, he was
Eddie, a 50-plus-year-old man. Like, Eddie, we're going to need you to stop working out and eating vegan, and we're going to need you to eat some Cheetos and sit on your ass for the next 2 weeks. I think I could do that.
He was brave.
Drink some beer. Can you drink beer for us, Eddie? I think I can. I think I can do that.
I remember Eddie from 1990 Boomerang. Mm-hmm. Okay, and
he's always been fit.
Yeah, and in the late 80s when he was trying to make records with Rick James. Mm-hmm. You remember he had that horrible song, Put Your Mouth on Me?
No, I don't.
Yeah. I don't know how that got out of
I'm going to look it up as soon as this is over, but I have no idea.
I did not. How did that get anywhere from the writing pad to an actual album? I have no idea. But
nigga, we're talking about Dolemite here.
But anyway. Okay, everyone. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Eddie Murphy, Put Your Mouth on Me. It's horrible.
It's right up there with Party All the Time and Put Some Food in Your Butt.
It's called The Booth. Okay, so sorry, but Dolemite's great. And the reason we got into Dolemite was we were just talking about movies. And so let's get to the Harriet Tubman movie.
Oh, one last thing about the Dolemite movie. I actually showed Milan like of the 30. I showed her about 30 minutes of the 90 minutes of that full Dolemite movie, and we got all we needed in that 30 minutes to watch. Like, My Name is Dolemite. Right. Because, like, they have some, like, they just recreates. It's funny to watch the actual film and then watch them recreating it and then watch, like, Wesley's character was also the director, and he was just like, why the fuck am I?
Even in this, right.
Like,
right.
even in the, like, you're like, this is bad. And then you see, like, the creative process like that. Like, yeah, this shit is bad.
right. Yeah, I mean, like, you watch the performances and you're like, this is, ooh. Like people are just, putting expositionary lines in the middle of the thing, I'm tired of working at this club for 10 years. Like, oh my God, who did
Fuck
that?
it, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, so I Am Dolemite is great, and if you like blaxploitation, if you like Black Dynamite, which was kind of a take on that, but from the front end, and you want to see the back end of it,
yes,
definitely I Am Dolemite.
Yes, Black Dynamite was an homage to Dolemite.
Oh, and for comics, I found it very interesting that Dolemite got his jokes from a bunch of winos, but he paid them.
Yep.
He paid the winos for his jokes.
In wine.
Yeah. Are you hearing me, comedy producers? Dolemite paid winos.
So, and he gave him more, like the double the market wino rate.
Yeah.
Which is like $3 trillion less than they're going to get. But you know what I mean?
Exactly. He gave him like $10 and some Mad Dog 2020. Come on.
Dude, that's a month's salary back in 1975 or 1973, whenever they started doing that shit.
Exactly. Like, I'm performing here in LA and I'm getting drink tickets. Come on.
All right, but back to Harriet. Sorry.
Okay, so Harriet Tubman. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it yet, but Black Twitter is going crazy about it because there's two reasons. One, there's a white character in there that apparently is kind of playing a white savior and saves Harriet Tubman from a black slave catcher.
Okay.
Which is, one, ahistoric, and two, who the fuck thought you would do that about Harriet Tubman? You stupid motherfuckers. Stop trying to inject yourself in our movies. Why? We gonna make up a white dude in a slave movie?
Oh, man.
Why?
Remember when they tried to make Nat Turner, slave owner, seem like he was kind of a cool guy? Chop.
I was gonna bring up Nat Turner because they're trying to make his slave owner all woke because he let Nat Turner sit in the front seat with him in the carriage. And Nat Turner would sit with the slave master. Like, oh, he's a woke ass slave owner. What are you thinking? Stop it.
But that's not the main controversy on Twitter, though, is it?
No. The main controversy is the lead actress. Her name is I'm drawing a blank right now, but she's English.
Okay,
she's
from England.
She's British.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so a lot of black people are a little salty about that, saying like, why do we have a British actor playing a black American abolitionist? And I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, I can see that, but. But this is how I feel about Cool Runnings, motherfuckers.
We appropriated that.
Have you watched Cool Runnings?
Yes.
Dougie Doug, Leon. Have you heard those accents?
You mean they're not Jamaican?
No, they're not.
Malik Yoba, he's not.
Malik Yoba is not Jamaican. Hey, man, is this a bobsled?
What about John Candy? Is he actually... He's Canadian. He was true.
About to flip this damn table over.
No, I get it. I get it. Like, I'm torn on this one because I could definitely see the outrage, but at the same time, that's kind of black people having our own, like, they took our jobs type of deal. Like, these damn immigrants come over here taking these acting jobs from good American actors. And I also feel like Chadwick Boseman can't play every black role.
Yeah.
Like,
but we did, though.
We're out of leaders.
He played James Brown.
Yeah.
He played...
Thurgood Marshall.
Yep.
T'Challa.
Yep.
I mean, he's going to play Obama eventually. Like, he's played every positive black person.
I have a sneaking suspicion what that is. And that is that, it's the same thing like in corporate jobs where the black people there are either Caribbean people, African, or biracial, where like white people will hire you if you're black, but not black. Right? No, seriously, that happens all the time.
Air quotes, like black, but not black.
Yeah, like born in the USA black, So like I've worked in corporate America for years, and every time I meet a black person, they're either biracial, Caribbean, or African.
Okay.
Like regular ass, I grew up in L.A. kind of black.
So no Inglewood black people are in tech?
Not that I've seen.
Like, all right, bro, listen, check it out. Pull up your C++, nigga. All right.
right. No, I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, I remember at Facebook, like, they were saying shit like, oh, we need to find, good workers because, it's hard to find people that are good in tech. I'm like, across the Bay, there are thousands of black kids, in schools. You could
coding right now.
Yeah, you could hire them or you could mentor them and bring them in. Oh, but they're from America. So no, we're going to go to India. We're going to go to Nigeria. We're going to go to Australia rather than get the black people that live right across the fucking bay.
Is that because it's like cheaper or because you can sponsor their visa or like, I don't get it.
No,
like,
it's not
what's
cheaper.
The reason?
No, it's not cheaper. It's expensive to sponsor a visa. They get paid market rate. No, it's just that they just don't see like regular ass black people from Oakland as being part of their scene. Right? So they're more straight up, like they're more comfortable with people like me than, the motherfuckers from Oakland. Like,
that's interesting. So they don't want people to know their history, basically. Not saying you don't. I'm just saying like to give an example.
They've just grown up thinking of black Americans a certain way. So it's easier for them to be like, oh yeah, here's Damonsu, and, here's Niraj, and, here's this guy from Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than.
So Dijman is going to get a job way before Daquan.
Right, exactly. Like, I mean, the Daquans of the world are having a hard time with the resumes. So, and the same thing in Hollywood. So, the Chadwick Bosemans and these British black actors, they have a better chance. I mean, that's just.
The only black person in Hollywood working is named Chad.
Chadwick. I mean, Will Smith is he's like the North Star. He's like the only he has 2 movies that bombed in a row this year, and still
nobody cares.
Right. Anyway,
Will Smith and The Rock are pretty much your can't go wrong black people.
Right. Has anyone seen Aladdin? Come on. What about Gemini Man? Have you seen that?
I just want to say The Rock has made the same movie for 3 summers in a row. I feel like they just keep reusing the same green screen of him hanging from a building.
Probably.
Like it's a Skyscraper or Rampage or San Andreas. The same thing. Just insert a helicopter or a 50-foot monkey or some shit like that, and it's the same fucking movie.
Right. He's not even at the movie. They're just cut and pasting that shit, man.
Yeah. The Rock's just collecting a check, doing a people's eyebrow. I'm not complaining. I want his life. It's just like he's the best. He's the best bad actor, I think, right now. He's not even a bad actor. He just does bad movies. He's actually a pretty decent actor. They just surround him with horrible actors. I think Vin Diesel hates him because Vin Diesel was the best of the bad actors before The Rock started getting those parts.
Right. It's like, man, I gotta learn how to emote now. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
really?
I am Groot, and that's a stretch for him. I am Groot is a stretch for Vin Diesel.
Right.
I said it. I don't care.
Yeah, he could play Groot at all.
Say what you will about The Rock. That motherfucker has an expressive ass face.
Yeah.
You know when he's in pain.
Get in the chopper.
And he's been doing that role for 10 years now.
Jesus.
He's just been eating slabs of pizza and lifting weights for a decade.
Yeah, no 50-year-old man needs to be that jacked. Like that there's something.
Yes, he does. That's why it's working. He's the only 50-year-old man that's that jacked.
The only other 50-year-old men that are that jacked are in Folsom. They're in prison.
Moving on.
If you're 50 and you got abs and you are locked down and trying to start fights on the yard.
I think that actually leads us into our next topic. As black men in America, raised with some degree of toxic masculinity, if that is even a thing, I don't tend to believe so, but there is examples here and there. How old is too old to fight? That's a good question because nobody's above an ass whooping, but we're all at an age of you should fucking know better. Right. And by the way, have you seen that fight that's on Twitter right now? Where it's a weird fight that come across my timeline. Some dude it was a Halloween fight, so these guys are in costumes. Some dude first takes off with a flying knee.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it's a bunch of bad karate.
Dressed as what though?
Nah, dude's dressed as a thug, and the other dude's dressed as I want to say what's his name? Fucking We the Best. boxed
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Okay.
And but he's not fat like that. He's just Arab. And so he takes out the flying knee, dude blocks it, and then they start wrestling a little bit. And the dude lifts the DJ Khaled guy over his head, and he does like this Rey Mysterio move and puts him in a headlock.
What? Okay.
And I'm like, both of y'all gotta be like 28 to 34, and both of you should know better.
Right. It's kind of on the edge. I mean, this is the thing I'm trying to get at with this. It's like there's some people have been like mad disrespectful to me and like said some.
Whoa, let's not get too deep.
No, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just saying, like in the past, like this has happened.
Yeah, that's part of being a guy, honestly.
Yeah, like some people will get in your face and say some wild shit, and your instinct as a man is to be like, nah, I'm not gonna stand for that. But then you realize, look, I have a job. I have health insurance.
I got a bad knee.
like what?
I make noise when I yawn and shit. Like my neck cracks for no reason. Like why am I trying to be this guy?
Yeah. And I mean, like something happened to me. Like I was at a jazz bar and this dude was like,
hold on, that's enough right there. Like I was at a jazz bar.
At a jazz bar.
You about to get like you about to fight to what, nigga?
Yeah. And 7 and 8 and
skip it about.
What's it to you, mister?
Yeah, see, you're never gonna try that again, are you?
Well, get me my straight razor. No, I mean, and dude was like getting all salty with me, and I'm like I'm not gonna fight you, dude. I mean, it's like I'm in my 40s. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I have a job. But when did that happen though? Like, what's that crossover age from? Like, when you're in your 20s, you got to scrap.
Yeah.
When you're
a kid, you're always gonna fight. Like,
yeah,
this is part of it. You don't know how to negotiate out of it, so you're gonna end up fighting.
Yeah. When you're in high school, you have to fight. Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Because high school is basically prison.
Yeah, you got to show up to
public high school is absolutely prison.
It is prison. It's straight up.
In some cases, your public school might have worse resources than your local prison.
Yep.
I know because I went to a school that was 107 years old when I graduated.
Oh yeah, books are old as hell.
Fuck yeah! Like our weights came with mandatory tetanus, right? Like just rust everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, at least in prison they encourage you to get a GED.
Yeah, it's like please get out of here.
Right. In high school they're just like, we don't give a fuck if you never read anything.
Yeah.
They lock you in, and there's tables where the blacks sit, where the punks, the goths, the hot girls, the athletes, and if you dare sit on the wrong table, it's yard fights.
Yeah, so you're gonna go through this tribal thing, but then in your 20s, like it's usually drug and alcohol related. If you get into a fight, it's always over a girl, but it's usually drug and alcohol related.
I do not recall any fights ever being about anything other than a girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, nah.
I've had some I've had some fights over general disrespect, but I've definitely had a lot over females for no apparent reason.
That's just how it goes. But in your 30s, then it becomes about respect because you start thinking, look, I've been around here for a minute. Who the hell is this? This dude, wearing a jacket with no shirt underneath.
That's the last person you want to fight. I'm sorry. Anybody that comes to the club with just a jacket and no shirt.
Jacket with no shirt? Like, this mustard yellow ass jacket
with no shirt? That's a dude that don't make good decisions. So he's ready to go. He's trained to go. He ain't tripping. Don't fight the dude that's got the taco meat peeking out.
I mean, come on. Like word, you gonna say some shit to me? Really? Do you even have a job? And so that's the thing. Like now it's flipped over now. It's like the disrespect part is what is kind of triggering it. Mm-hmm. But you also realize that obviously settling things with your hands is impractical if you're over 35. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, no one's going to forgive you for that. You'll probably hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You probably don't even remember how to fight.
You know what's funny? Like, I just thought about this just now. I was in kickboxing earlier today, like just working out, and I came out of there and I was like, man, this is why people have guns. Because I'm drenched in sweat. I just spent an hour punching a bag and shit, and I'm like, man, this ain't worth all this work. Like, if you really want to be good at fighting, that takes years and years of getting kicked in the face and breaking stuff. Like, let's just get a gun. I can beat up anybody with that.
Right, but I mean, but the problem with guns is it's kind of it ends everything.
Exactly, and that's honestly why I feel like more people should learn to fight so that there are less shootings. You know what I mean? Because you should you should know what goes into it, the amount of, pain that can be caused, the amount of damage that can be caused. Like, I feel like if everybody was trained to be lethal, then there would be less lethality. You know what I mean?
Well, so we'd be like what? Like like a Zulu tribe, or like Israel, or like what?
Kinda.
I don't know, man. Like,
it's a thought. I'm probably wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of shit. We're drinking all the time.
Well, look, man. Judging by kung fu movies, everybody knew kung fu in China, but they were always battling, though.
It's always like my school's tougher than your school, and you killed my grandmaster. And
you've insulted my family and the Shaolin Temple.
It's always crazy how no matter how much kung fu you never know more than Bruce.
No. Or the master.
Send 30 of them at him. It don't matter. All 30 of y'all coming out with a foot in your ass.
Those scenes were hilarious. But the point is, like, lethality doesn't make a society less safe. I mean, obviously, go watch a bunch of kung fu movies and come back and get to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah. Texas got guns all over the place. It ain't so much safer than here, is it? I don't think so. They have shootings, too. Probably because everybody has guns.
My brother says 35 is too old to fight unless you're in the military.
Touche.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I mean, it's your job. If it's literally your job to fight, then you're never too old.
Yeah. But be real though.
Bernard Hopkins was knocking cats out at 46.
Right. So was Evander Holyfield until he got
So was Randy Couture.
Yeah. Marines fight each other all the time. Really? Over 35?
Marines fight each other all the time because Marines fight each other.
Crazy people. My brother plays rugby, by the way, so he likes that sort of shit.
Well, that's also part of it. Some people just like to fight. Some people like just beating the shit out of people. Jorge Masvidal loves to fight. Nate Diaz loves to fight. I'm glad they found the UFC, because if not, they would be beating people's asses in the street right now.
Right, they'd be just regular ass dudes working at bodega, just walking outside.
Just ain't the one that you want to do that.
Yeah. Well, you say what?
Yeah. Rear naked choke.
Like, dog, I ordered this with cheese. What happened? What? I just wanted cheese. What happened? Now you're on the ground unconscious. Like, no, it's a bad look.
So to guess, I guess if I was going to say what's too old to fight, I'd say 25. Like, you're legally responsible for your rental car. That is when it's too old to fight.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that 25. Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be conflict in life, but like, I feel like at 25, you should have had learned the skills necessary to not get into any more physical conflict.
Yeah,
knowing that I've gotten into a fight past 25. That's where I'm putting that limit.
The wise one admits that.
Yes.
No, but that's I kind of have a similar experience where, like, I almost got in a fight, and then at the moment it was about to pop off, I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah. It really, like, I mean, most fights are stupid. Most of them. Like, is something like so many people are dead because of getting their shoes stepped on. You know what I mean? Like, most fights are stupid.
Right. Just understanding, just an animal in a herd, and sometimes a hoof will get on your hoof. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and you never know what the other guy knows. Nobody needs these problems. You know,
right.
Like that UFC shit. It's real. Like, that's. I'd rather get shot.
Yeah. Me too. I would not want that.
You've ever seen some of these people with like the knots that's like the size of another head on their face? Like, nah, just shoot me. I don't want to have to try and ice this bitch down for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's not going away. It's so cold in the D. Okay, so I just want to. We're getting close to the end here, and I'm going to bring this up because I'm going to own this, and I'm a masochist for pain and suffering. The Warriors are dead. They're dead. I mean, and I rest in peace, Warriors. Look, and I hate to make more New Jack City analogies because I seem to do them a lot, but this is the scene with Nino Brown and G Money on the roof. Steph Curry, broken hand.
Yep.
Clay, ACL. Mm-hmm. KD, gone. Livingston, retired. Iggy, traded. JaVale, Lakers. What the fuck happened to us, dog? Our ass used to be perfect.
You were.
Yo, I mean, I looked at the lineup and I was like, who are these Negroes?
Who? Like Snoop? Like who?
Who?
As a Laker fan, I have no sympathy for you, but I do have sympathy for the fact that you're injured. Like, nobody wants... I'm never going to cheer for people hurt. You know, Clay was hurt by the end of last year. KD was already out the door. Steph breaking his hand, and then Draymond had a ligament thing, too. So it's like every name you have on that team is gone. That sucks. But welcome to purgatory. This has been my life for the last 5 years. The Lakers looking wonderful right now, knock on wood. Go Lakers.
Oh, yeah. I remember those years where, all you had was, a B.I. and...
the ghost of Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. And that kid that went to New Orleans, I forgot.
Lonzo.
Yeah, it was Lonzo. And then,
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, B.I. and then a couple other cats. And
they're all there. Like every lottery pick we've had in the last 5 years is starting for New Orleans right now.
Yeah, I call the Pelicans Lakers East.
I call them the JV.
I mean, remember when the best you had for an audience chair was Andre Ingram, the guy that was playing in the D League for all those years?
Yeah, that was a feel good story.
But that was the only thing you had was a dude that played in the D League for 13 years.
It was the only reason to watch our games in March.
I mean, he had more gray hair than me. How?
He's got 3 kids.
I mean, the dude, he should be working at Best Buy or something.
He
man.
was.
What's he doing?
He was working some crazy job. He was working some job to where that became part of the story. This man was working at a record store, and now he got to try out with the Lakers.
Right.
He scored 30 points in 19 minutes.
It's like a Walgreens manager, thanks for coming in.
Dude, Kurt Warner was literally bagging groceries before he became a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, but he was pretty good before that too.
Yeah, but he was playing in the real leagues. It's just a matter of it doesn't is when you get your time to shine, you got to shine.
Right. You hear that, comedy bookers?
Yeah. So just give me a time.
Right. But I mean, okay, so check this out. I was looking at the starting lineup. Glenn Robinson III, this is Big Dog's son.
Damn.
Jordan Poole, who's a sophomore from Michigan. He's 17. What the fuck is he doing?
I thought he wrote Us. Get out.
Right. Damian Lee, he's playing the D League. He played for the Maine Red Claws. How is he starting?
Damn.
The Maine Red Claws. It sounds like
that sounds like a Little League baseball team.
It sounds like an Applebee's spinoff.
Yeah.
Coming to Maine Red Claws. Willie Cauley-Stein from Sacramento, so that's got to be bad. No respect to Sacramento, none ever.
The city, yes. The team, absolutely not. The Queens suck.
Yeah. Eric Pascal, he wanted Villanova, but he's playing the 3 at 6'6". The tallest person playing right now is 6'8". That's a college team.
Dude, my Alexa doesn't know who these people are.
Yeah, exactly. Scottie Pippen's nephew was on the team. Kavion Pippen. You don't hire people for your team it's a grocery store. Oh, that's my cousin. You should give him a job.
Yeah, you do. Nepotism works in the NBA.
Kavion Pippen? Scottie Pippen's nephew? What?
Hey, Steph Curry is Dell's baby boy. Seth is also his child.
Come on, man. When you had a barbecue, hey, this is my nephew. You need a job. Can he start for the Warriors? What is going on over there?
That's how T.I. got a job as a drug dealer in American Gangster. Just bring him around, Uncle Doughboy.
Can he handle a gun? So it's anyway. I'm just ranting. It's a wrap.
Here's the funny thing though. Being a diehard Laker fan, it was rather hard to find. It was really hard to talk shit for a long time online. I just kind of had to take the back seat and hold these L's. And it was also hard to find any other Laker fans for the last 5 years. Okay. And I feel like there's going to be an influx of Laker fans and a decrease in Warrior fans over the next 60 games, I'd say.
Yeah. The bandwagon's gonna.
I'm not saying they're gonna directly hop on our bandwagon. I'm just saying you're gonna see a very serious shift.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Even Draymond Green was talking about that. He was saying the seats are half filled at Chase Center. We got.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have. And the funny thing is, you wouldn't have had that problem in Oakland.
Yeah,
I guarantee there's so many people that wanted to see the Warriors when they were at full strength that would still go if they were in Oakland.
Yeah,
but now it's you can't even really afford to get to that stadium because San Francisco. I don't know if you know this, but it costs $4,000 to live in a cardboard box in that city.
Right, and it costs you $1 million to cross the bridge.
It does.
It really does.
And they keep raising the price for some god-awful reason.
It's $1.5 million now. That's what I thought. And Draymond, look, I couldn't afford to see y'all in Oakland. How the fuck am I buying tickets in San Francisco? How?
Yeah.
How?
They literally put gentrification tax right there on the StubHub thing when you get your receipt.
I mean, you come across that bridge, it is like on a Saturday night or Friday night, I forget, it was like $5.25, something like that. And then you got to park. Parking's like $30, and then the tickets $200 plus. Who's doing that?
You know what's funny? Like, I saw a meme that where your last game at the Oracle Arena and your first game at the Chase Center were both spoiled by Kawhi Leonard.
That's so cold, man.
Like, as much as y'all be talking shit about the Lakers and how much we got to watch the Clippers, no, y'all need to watch the Clippers. Kawhi has been a straight up just demon to y'all.
I can't stand the dude.
You shouldn't.
Wearing New Balance sneakers. Come on, man. What real brother wears New Balance?
He's not a real brother. He's a robot. We've established this.
I mean, and Paul George hasn't even shown up yet. That's the other thing.
That's the scariest part.
Like, they're killing motherfuckers, and
they're leaving out a top 10 player.
Oh God, it's gonna be so ugly, man. I mean, the only person that's happy about this is Clipper Darrell.
Yeah,
I mean,
and Steve Ballmer and Billy Crystal, and those are the only Clipper people I know. And Steve Ballmer bought the team; he wasn't a fan.
Yeah,
I thought he bought the team so he can take them to Seattle. I'm still waiting for that.
Shout out Seattle Supersonics fans. It's going to happen. But
I'm looking forward to the day that the Clippers go up there and we don't no longer have to, keep accepting their rent.
Meanwhile, Warriors, just take a year off, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the Warriors went to the finals 5 years in a row.
Backpack across Europe, read some books.
Yeah.
Find yourselves.
Yeah, write some short stories. I don't know. I mean, if you go to the finals 5 years in a row, that's like playing 6 seasons in 5 seasons.
It is. And that's why you got to respect LeBron, because he did it 9 years straight. Last year, that's why he's playing defense this year, because he's rested. This is the first year that he hasn't had to play deep into June pretty much in his career.
Yep. I mean, I will always respect LeBron. I will not respect his hairline, though.
No one should. Also, I predicted this. Now that the Lakers are 4-1, no, 5-1, because we beat Dallas last night. I haven't heard a goddamn thing about China.
See how that just kind of went away?
Isn't that funny how winning just does that shit?
Right.
Kobe shot his way out of a rape case, and now LeBron got out of an international incident with just a couple rebounds and assists. Ain't that some crazy shit? God bless America.
Yeah. Hey, man. I wish life...
I haven't heard shit about China in 2 weeks.
Right. I just wish life's problems could be solved with triple doubles. like, he murdered somebody, but man, he was 20, 10, and 10. I don't know what to tell you.
That was a key component in Ice Cube's good day.
Yeah.
That was key. That was huge.
He messed around and got a triple-double.
Yeah. That was a huge part of it. He had the boost. He had the chronic. The Lakers beat the Supersonics.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
If only life could be that simple. I could get out of debt, my student loans. Hey, look, man, I dropped 30 on a nigga. Is that cool?
Dude, Barack Obama was the first black president because he had the smoothest jump shot any politician has ever seen.
That seems to work, apparently.
My fellow Americans, I have been spying on all of you, but check out this fadeaway.
Hashtag ball is life.
Shit works, man.
I don't know what to tell people. Like, how is this?
Dude, if Trump could dunk,
it'd be a wrap. Oh, no. Oh, my God. It'd be over. Oh, God. Have you seen my And One mixtape?
Imagine Trump just crossing over Xi Jinping or whatever dude from China.
You know what the funny thing is? Trump probably tells people he can dunk.
Oh, okay. I'm the best dunker. I've got the greatest athleticism, even with the bone spurs in my ankles.
Fucking hell, man. If Trump could dunk, it would be a wrap. We wouldn't even be able to say shit.
So LeBron James, to reiterate, LeBron James is probably a third world dictator, but nobody cares because of the triple doubles.
Yeah, he could do whatever he wants.
And Anthony Davis, he's already got the key to the city. I'm pretty sure, how like Trump said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue. Anthony Davis could rip the spine out of a dog and probably still be okay right now.
Yeah, man. He could finish somebody like...
I hope he doesn't, by the way. But I'm just saying, when you're winning... Nobody cares.
Yeah, he could Mortal Kombat somebody, finish him.
Yeah, Mike Vick did some horrible things to dogs, but he came back and balled out.
Yeah. Hey, use the video game, Yeah. By the way, I just want to say one thing about Trump and Trump jokes. I've started noticing because I watch a lot of like Stephen Colbert and like Seth Meyers and all that sort of stuff. I can tell that the writers' rooms are still like all white because all the Trump jokes sound exactly the same. And all the Trump jokes start like this. Trump is like your grandpa when he blah, 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 blah. It's like, whose grandpa is that? Not my grandpa.
Apparently a Jewish grandfather.
Like all the Trump jokes sound exactly the same from Colbert, from Bill Maher, from all those guys, and it's a bunch of white dudes in a room writing the same joke. Like,
and that sounded very much like a Seinfeld joke. Like, Trump is like your grandpa when blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but that's what they sound like. He reminds me of your grandpa when he forgets to hang up the phone. It's like, who's grandpa? Like, it's your grandpa. It's not ours. Like, our grandpas don't sound like that at all.
Nah, our grandfathers sound like Dolemite.
Look here, young
no
blood.
business board, tied, rat soup eating motherfucker.
Look here, young blood. You go get me some cool cigarettes and.
Let's not act like black people aren't racist too. Like, my grandfather hates white people, but he should. He fucking should. He lived through some horrible things.
Okay, I'll buy that. I mean, my grandfather didn't hate white people, but then again, there were no white people around to hate. So.
I have no idea what that feels like, Kevin. I've never lived. When I went to the Caribbean, that was the weirdest mind fuck. Like, the only white people came off the boat. This is so strange.
No, we don't hate white people because they're just not around. But now I'm here. I get it. Like, oh, that's what they made that movie for. Okay. But here's what my impression. This is my impression of white people in America. How they talk to black people. They do this. They're like, I'm not hitting you. I'm not hitting you. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
This is going to look great on the video later.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. I'm like, what are these people doing?
It is exhausting to try to explain your existence to people that act like they're not causing the issue.
Pretty much.
But that's part of the thing. I forgot which. I think it was like a poet or something. Who's the dude who played the trumpet back in the day? Miles Davis?
There's plenty of them.
Yeah, I know. But like, there was a famous quote by, I think it was Miles Davis or some black poet, where it's like, to be black in America is to be furious all the time.
Oh, that was not. That was.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to be smart, but I can't remember the quote.
I hate that I don't know that right away.
Mm-hmm. Slacking on our black history. But if you're white and you listen to us, you're okay.
It was James Baldwin. Thank you. How did I miss that? It's very obvious. Yeah, James Baldwin. If you go watch some of his lectures, and he's just like, I mean, he's amazing. He really like captures the ideas, in a really like eloquent way. But then again, it was back then they didn't have television and or the internet, so they had to entertain themselves. So they actually had to be clever.
That's an interesting concept in itself. Like, how much smarter would we all be right now if we weren't all distracted?
Well, I don't know. I think we're simultaneously smarter and stupid at the same time. Like,
I can see that.
Like, if you don't want to know something, you could like put yourself in a bubble and never hear it. Mm-hmm. But if you want to know things, then it's enormous. So it's totally up to you. I think all this technology just reveals what people are like.
That's an excellent point.
Like, if you're happy with just being an ignorant idiot, then you could absolutely live in that world.
And speaking of ignorant and idiots, the Popeye's chicken sandwich is making a return. There are NFL players wearing Popeye's chicken cleats.
Popeye's chicken cleats?
Popeye's chicken cleats. After that whole harangue I had about Jerry Rice and the taste mask, I forgot which player, but somebody has a Popeye's chicken sandwich pair of cleats right now playing in the NFL. Yeah.
Somebody in your camp has got to be like, yo, fam.
Can we just I'm gonna take this show like slightly off the rails. I just gotta ask, when did the stereotype between black people and fried chicken become a thing? Because let's not act like the world doesn't love chicken.
Right. Chinese people love chicken. Chinese people eat chicken feet all the time.
Everybody eats every part of the chicken all over the planet. It's the most universally accepted animal to feast on, But for some reason, we got to eat this charge, though.
You got to take this L for some reason?
Yeah, like, we got to take, like, black people eating chicken, like, that's the worst thing. Like, I can't just walk out. Like, if I came walking down the street with a bucket of chicken and my fat ass just biting on a bone, Like everybody, like
people would put you on Instagram.
Exactly. I'd be a meme in a heartbeat.
Can you
half a heartbeat? Now, boom, boom, and I'm already on the internet.
Oh yeah, you'd be a GIF like right away.
But everybody eats chicken though.
Yeah.
So why is that the thing?
I don't know. This is y'all's culture, man.
Y'all eat chicken too out there in Trinidad. Don't act like y'all spin the motherfucker, take the head off and all that shit.
Yeah, but we don't make a thing out of it. That's an American thing.
I agree. Well, that's because y'all are all the same over there. We're good. That's because, like, you guys don't have any white people to have this be a thing.
Right. Yeah. There's nobody pointing, going, look at that. No, I mean, I think America needs to sit down and have a discussion about fried chicken.
Yeah.
Like, okay, everybody, fried chicken and watermelon are things that everyone eats. Mm-hmm. Black people eat it too. You eat it too. Mm-hmm. There's nothing sinister or demeaning about any of this. So
if you don't have fried chicken and watermelon, you got a whack ass barbecue.
Yeah, I mean, just, you better bring that shit. So speaking of which, Baby Blues Barbecue. Shout out to Baby Blues Barbecue over in Los Feliz. You all are the bomb. Thank you.
Also, our sponsor for tonight, Bartles and James Cucumber and Lime Wine Cooler. I drank it because I like alcohol, not because I like the taste. I don't recommend it.
Damn. Well, okay. Well, you're obviously not a 17-year-old high school girl.
No, I'm not.
So
thank you for noticing, R. Kelly.
Yeah. So this is not made for you. Okay. This is
good. Yeah. Why was this made for underage women?
It's a market. I don't know what to tell you. Wait, you don't think Zima knew what they were doing?
Why aren't there pictures of Twilight on this can?
Right. Oh my God. Jason Tatum's abs or whatever.
Okay.
All right, so we got to wrap this up.
Do we have anything else we want to say about the Popeye's chicken sandwich? I'm going to try it this time just because I'm hoping the line isn't going to be from like Crenshaw to Englewood.
No. Next week, let us know how that chicken sandwich goes.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch a Harriet Tubman movie, and I'll come back and try to give an honest, assessment of it if I can. But being a history nerd, I'm probably going to be throwing popcorn at the screen.
And I want to give a quick shout out to the family of John Witherspoon. He recently passed away. He is a staple in Black Hollywood, and it is a sad, sad day that he has passed away. I mean, he was 77, so it happens, but it feels surreal that he's now, I was looking forward to the Boondocks coming back, and now I'm like, one more season, cool, but now I know they're gonna have to write him out or something, There's a lot of movies. If you look back at a lot of the movies that you love, John Witherspoon was a part of it.
Yeah, he was in Boomerang, which was one of the first things I saw him in. Coordinate.
Yeah, you gotta coordinate.
He was in Friday,
Bang, 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 bang.
Right. Bang, 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 bang. I opened for him at the San Jose Improv back in the days.
I did too.
It was Chris Garcia, me, and him. And I would say his merch game was ice cold, dude. Yeah. His merch game.
He do not play around about his money.
His money. He's an old black man with his money. His merch game was ice cold. He's like, no, put your phones away. My photographer will take these pictures. The pictures are 20. The t-shirts are 15. The signatures are 10. Form a line to the left. Because I would ask him, okay, normally when the headliner gets off, you're like, hey, so what should I say? Give it
I got it.
He's like, no, don't come on after I'm done, because that's when I do my merch game.
Yeah.
His merch game, dude.
Yeah, and he fed his family with that merch game.
Yep,
you know what I mean? Yep. And that's one of the things that was beautiful about John Witherspoon. He had the ability to be no bullshit, but still completely likable and polite at all times. You know what I mean? He could, you weren't gonna fuck him over. He could be real, direct with you, but you still feel like, oh, this pops. Yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah. But he did not fuck around with his money.
Not fuck around at all.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, John Witherspoon. You are sorely, sorely missed, and you were loved. You will be loved. And I think that's just about everything. We had a great time as usual. We'll be back about the same bat time, same black station, right here at the Comedy Pop-Up in beautiful K-Town, Los Angeles. I'm Cory Showtime.
And I'm Kevin Munroe.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck off my internet. Peace.
See ya.